we back. Y'all know what it is. Got a familiar face in the building. The one, the only, Melvin Farmer. What it do, family?
Hey man, what's going on? Zeke, what's popping, man? What we got cracking tonight, man? Let's
Man, it's
chop it
all
up.
love. It's always good to see you, fam. You know, it's a
Always, man.
lot of stuff been going on, man, and I know you gonna keep it 1,000 out. So I got a couple of questions I want to ask you about what's going on today. If you don't mind, first,
Mm-hmm.
if we want to get into the Puffy case, man, I want to see, have you been keeping up with it? And if you have, do you got an opinion or outlook on what's going on with his case?
Well, with Puffy, man, I've been knowing Puffy since he come into the game. When he come in with Andre Harrell, when he was a Howard University student, throwing up, giving him parties and shit like that early in the game. We had been in the game, but Puffy come up without a father, who daddy got killed when he was 33. Puffy was 3 years old, and he was the driver for Frank Lucas and got killed in a car. So Janet's his mother was married to Melvin Earl. That was his name, Melvin Earl Combs.
That's
And
that's Puffy's
that's the
father.
one. Hmm?
That's Puffy's father.
Hmm?
That's
Yeah, Puffy father got
and
killed
did
in
I
New
hear you
York sitting in a
correctly? You
car.
said that Puffy father worked with Frank Lucas.
Puffy was the driver for Frank Lucas, and got killed in New York sitting in front of a car, sitting in a car. When he was 33 years old, he was shot and killed. And that's the Puffy's father, Melvin Earl Combs. So Janet, his mama, been in the game. And if you notice, you never hear her speak on nothing, but Janet Combs ain't no joke. But anyway, with Puffy, man, that's nothing new in hip hop. What's been going on? Hugh Hefner had Playboy Mansion way before Puffy even thought about coming out. When they were doing the same thing, they didn't do nothing to him, but they came back and got Bill Cosby for doing the same shit. So this is just a repeat of what happens when you think you get too big on the horse, and then you go and get this shit done. And I've been in hip hop before him, and I got out the game because on the West Coast, the game, hip hop was created through the drug dealers, the gang bangers, and the pimps. That's where the money was coming from to fuel the hip hop on the West Coast. This before NWA also. You can go back to cocaine and drugs and sex, back to Charlie Wilson, Jim Brown. You had a lot of people that were participating, but it was a status thing back then. Then it come back to haunt you. So Puffy got a problem. He's gonna have to tell on somebody bigger than him, but I don't see that happening.
So you say it's safe to say that these type of things been going on in the industry. Why do you think they coming down so hard on Puffy about it?
Well, for one thing, you have to go back to Epstein. Epstein died. Another girl named Gazelle Maxwell. She took federal time prior to that. You don't think them people playing at that game and in that level, 50 million, mid-billion dollar people, they made Puffy. They used his name, his likeness, his image, Sirocco, the drinks. You talking alcohol, the alphabet, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Sometimes you can get in a game when you get in too deep and you can't get out. Blood in, blood out. Same thing here. If it a killing with his freedom, they're gonna take that. They're gonna take his assets, asset forfeiture. They're gonna kill that. They're gonna break his pockets and they're gonna break his back. And it's one other thing playing at this level. They'll kill your family. This ain't the same ball game where you hearing this street level shit and I'm a snitch and ain't gonna happen. No, not at the level he playing at. You're talking about some boss players messing around. So I think he just a fall guy where he was in too much and he expendable. Period. That's how the game goes.
Um, a lot of people saying that Puffy got a list, and it's a bunch of big time people that don't want that list to get out, and they saying that Puffy might not even make it to his case alive. What you think about that?
That Puffy's in protective custody right now. And not whether you want to or not, but he's going to be put on a first COVID watch. Uh, and him being a danger to where he might not testify, that's in the movies. Puffy gonna have to tell something that's way bigger than him, and he might not want to do it. You had the threat of your family getting killed. See, y'all, a lot of people look at it on a street level. That's why later on we'll be getting into Young Thug and Lil Woody and they street level crime to where they can do all that shit if they tell. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Cause usually they don't play at the level to where you can come back and really get damage done to you, where they really stick to the code of snitches get stitches. In his case, they kill you. I don't see him taking nobody with him because he'll probably have to implicate his mama. And they probably got all kind of shit on him. It ain't just where he's sitting in no cell. When that shit go down, your lawyer's coming, uh, bringing you papers. They interviewing you, showing you what they got on you. Do you have anything to say? He's not having an easy time where he's sitting back twiddling in his thumbs. That ain't happening in the Metropolitan Federal Detention Center. He got a lot going on in his shit. So I don't think it was set up. He just knew too much, man. And also, you have to remember that they got video and tapes that go back to 2009. I was talking to Gene Deal about it and how that
Who we
lets me
talking about
know.
right here? We on the Woody or
Gene
the Puff?
Deal,
Huh?
we still talking about Puffy.
Oh,
Gene
Puffy.
Deals
We
is
talking about Puffy.
Puffy's prior bodyguard up to 2006. And uh and people are questioning him about why he didn't come forward and stuff. So I'm still talking about Puffy and how he got too far in the game, man. And I know Puffy. Not only that, I was on his show Revolt when it first opened in 2014. I was one of the first guests. And I met him there when they opened their show here in Inglewood. Then people forget Puffy done won 3 or 4 Grammy Awards also, where one of them he won with my boy Joey Badass. So I used to see him and Joey a lot together. But those type of things been going on in the industry backdoor meetings. Because like I say, on the West Coast, you had pimps, drug dealers, gangbangers.
Mhm.
That's pretty much summed up how the rap game was started out here.
Okay. Everybody talking about Puffy and the freak off things, and how he did the females and all of those allegations. But I want to know, do you think that the prosecutors will bring the Tupac charges up on him? If Keefy D, I think Keefy D said, told them that Puffy
That he
signed.
offered him Keefy D that he had offered Keefy D $1 million or something to kill Tupac.
Oh yeah, he wrote the check to the Von Zip, and Von Zip ran off with the money and didn't give Keefy nothing. But Keefy told the prosecutors that Puffy gave them the check. So do you think that they'll come for Puffy on that?
No, they won't come for Puffy on that. But Puffy was dealing, as you know, with the cats from Compton. But I knew him from dealing with somebody else. This was during the time him, Suge, and all of them was getting into it. And Snoop got caught with a gang of guns in an armored truck. I don't think they're gonna come get Puffy for that because of the case he got gonna supersede that to where that'll just be wasted money on something. Because once you get a life sentence, you can get 15, 20, 30, 40 more of them, and it's just a waste of time. It don't take but
Right.
one.
You ain't got
So
to
I don't
live
see
life.
him coming back to waste the money on that when the cases he charges he's facing now will get him locked up for life. And like I say, this is a instance where you can see where money don't count when you go to jail. All the money in the world, he can't bail out because he got no bail. But if he can give up the information right now to where he can give up something pertinent more bigger than him, he'll walk out that jail with an ankle bracelet on and be sitting at home. That's just go to show you how information exceeds money sometimes when it comes to value.
It's a bunch of top executives from a bunch of big companies just after P. Diddy got arrested, they just resigned, man. Gave up. What you think that was about? You think they showing
Well,
their guilt?
Well, I don't know about resign. Resign for what? Like when he had Revolt TV and he had a lot of people don't know he had to sell all his shares and share the company and put the company where he had to resign for employee abuse, harassment of the women in the workforce. So they've been having signs of Puffy and his
No,
behavior.
no, I'm
Now
talking
I don't
about
know when
other
I
people that dealt with Puffy.
right now, yeah, I'm getting to that. So when I'm hearing your one side or
Mhm.
where you just telling me a bunch of executives quit.
Right.
That don't tell me did they quit where he was forced to quit, where they suing him, or they defendants, or they the plaintiffs. That's just hypothetical to me. So
Uh-huh.
I'm going back to when he had his case, Revolt Television, and he had to get rid of that after 2014 when it premiered, when I was on that uh, about his behavior as far as the harassment and the enslavement of not only employees but women too. He had to get rid of that and sell his shares as a compromise for being found guilty of that. So that's why I'm saying when you're saying something like a lot of people resign, well, who are their names? Who are they? Where are they from? Not who and a company. That's speculations to me. Nobody would answer that question unless somebody just trying to just speculate. So when you say that to me, somebody resigned, my question gonna be to you. Who?
Well, they gave off a list. I can't name it off the top of my head. I forgot some of the big time people, but
No, but
they
they
was
said
connecting them to
what was
Puffy.
suggested him quitting for?
Huh?
What wrongdoing what they had done to where they were quitting unless they and it's another thing you
Well,
have to
that's
remember
supposed to be part of
about
Puffy's list. These people that they thinking that they was part of that list. That was helping him. Maybe they can be accomplished to what he was doing, and charges can be brought to
well,
them.
let me tell you why. Uh, let's look at this. Usually when you get a conspiracy and you're in federal court, indicted, just like when you get indicted in Georgia, we'll get to that a little later. There's co-defendants because you cannot have a conspiracy without conspiring with three or more people, not one, not two. Three or more people gets you a conspiracy. And all that take is you talking about a criminal element or plan and you saying yes. So the thing would be why Puffy is the only one on the indictment. I've never heard it. I've seen hundreds of federal indictments on all kind of charges, and it's usually whoever at the top of the list that'll be the kingpin. He's facing the most time. Whoever's second, they'll be the next in line, and so forth. In this case, Puffy's the only one that I've ever seen where he got a federal indictment with no co-defendants. That signals to me that they're talking to people, the FBI, the alphabet, where they're talking to people, questioning them and presenting their evidence on what they got, and do they want immunity, or do you want to tell on this guy, or how they want to handle it. So that's interesting right there, that how you got a conspiracy and there's no other co-defendant with Puffy. That's a
That makes
telltale
sense.
sign.
That make a lot of sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah.